How's it going, Transformers fans? It is Master Nash here with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Air Raid and Slingshot. These are both deluxe class figures, and I recently picked these up at my local Target. They are part of the Autobot combining team of the Aerial Bots, and they form into the mighty Superion. So that is pretty cool. So this is going to be a little bit of a quick-ish review. So we're going to start off with Air Raid. That sleek black jet mode. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You can very much visibly see his feet and his head at the bottom right here. But that's okay because I don't normally put these... I don't normally display my Transformers in their alternate modes. So that is pretty cool. Still, very, very cool jet mode. Um, I've never been like the biggest fan of the aerial bots. I guess they are my favorite combining team from the Autobots, other than Computron. I've never been a big fan of the Protectobots. So, um, yeah, he's a jet. He goes swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. I mean, what more can I say? It's a black jet. There's the Autobot symbols. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So, yeah. Next is Slingshot, and this is a very, very weird looking jet mode with a very small cockpit. Haha, small cock. Um, his jet mode is a lot sleeker looking than Air Raid here. You can see you don't see the feet and you don't see the head. You can see the head right there and his bottom of the feet. So looking pretty cool. Has some landing gear right here in the back of his head. I'm not the biggest fan of this jet mode, only because it just looks very, very weird. But other than that, very nice looking. I like the white. I like the paint on it. This definitely looks like that it won't have any sun damage or that weird yellowing that some of the past Transformer figures had. So we're going to transform Air Raid real quick. So we'll do that. And there is Air Raid in his robot mode. And I gotta say, pretty faithful to Generation 1. I really like this. I'm a huge fan of G1. That's what I mostly collect. So this is pretty nice to have actual good representations of the aerial bots finally in toy form. Never picked up any of the Combiner Wars ones. I just didn't like the way they looked. But yeah, get a close look at that head sculpt. Looking pretty nice. He does have some paint chipping on the nose, unfortunately, because when I first got him, I was folding his head back up here, and that was just scraping against that, and it unfortunately scraped some paint off of the tip of the nose. So I will not be putting these into their combined mode because I gotta wait on the 3 others that are supposed to come out. So, and once I get Silverbolt, I will be doing a review. Very excited for that. But other than that, this guy looks pretty cool and faithful to the Generation 1 cartoon. Very, very nice. I like the red and white color scheme on him, especially the black on the back of the legs and in his back. It's basic standard articulation, ball joint at the head, hinges on every other part of the body and everything, swivels on the legs. Nice range of articulation. A very nice range of articulation for a deluxe class figure. Now, onto his accessories. He comes with 2 guns. And here is his blasters. Just your very generic looking guns. Oh my gosh, if he falls over again. So we're just going to stick them to his hands right here. That's right, he's a dual-wielding Autobot. Very, very cool. Alright, on to Slingshot. Very easy transformation. He's all done. Very, very cool and a very nice and slick transformation. And I gotta say, even though he's a little bit weird looking, he also looks bald on his head. So let's get a good look at that head sculpt. Again, he is bald. Man, he is ugly. I've always hated the look of this guy. So stupid. And yet, he is my favorite out of the 2, actually. I don't know why. And he basically has the same articulation as Air Raid, ball joint in the head, and everything else is basically just a swivel. Only thing that bothers me about this figure, and I guess I really can't complain about it too much because, I mean, where else are you supposed to put it, is all of that wingage just hanging off of the back of the figure. And again, I like the colors. I like the white and the red and the black. Odd choice to have in just an all orange face sculpt. Don't know what they were thinking. So, and we'll bring in his weapons. He also comes with 2 guns right here. We'll take a look at that real quick. Very, very nice. I just kind of stick them onto the sides of his arms right here, just like that. Very cool looking. Very, very cool looking. And I guess we'll do some size comparisons real quick to round up this review. And we're going to take a look at the leader of the Autobots, Commander Class 86 Optimus Prime. There he is, right next to them, actually. Can't really see him because of how tall he is. We'll try to raise that camera up real quick. There we go. Look at that. And of course, he towers over these figures. Another character from the Studio Series 86 line, which this is a little bit of a tease of what I'm going to review next, and that is the Deluxe Class Bone Crusher from the Constructicon team from Studio Series 86. And of course, as always, here is just your standard 6-inch action figure with the G.I. Joe classified Snake Eyes. And there you have it. That was my review for the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Air Raid and Slingshot. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the Aerobots so I can combine them into Superion. I guess that's it, and I'll check you guys later. See ya. I'm not the biggest fan of this